Hey, everybody. It is Kyle. This is going to be a super short episode this week just because I had that other one in between, too. So I don't really feel the need to do a full long one um, just because I had the one with me begging everybody to quit being assholes to each other. But I don't know if that's going to work or not, but it's worth a shot, right? That's my car. I'm running a quick errand while I do this, and I'm recording this through the Ray-Ban Metas using their microphone. So that's kind of cool. Finally figure that out. Um, yeah, so what's going on that's good in my life? I mean, plenty is. We actually scheduled the first college visit for Otter, uh, our daughter, who's graduating this year. Um, so we're going to go take a look at Rockhurst University. They have a pretty good nursing program. Her stuff will transfer all of her credit hours that she's earned so far. She really wants to go to the University of Kansas, and she could get a fair deal of scholarships and all that stuff to kind of cover up the fact that it's out of state because we do live in Missouri. But her credit hours won't transfer. They're picky about credit hours. And so some colleges are, some colleges aren't. I remember a couple of mine not transferring from Washburn University in Topeka, just a half hour away from Lawrence, Kansas, where University of Kansas is. But it wasn't that big of a deal. They weren't the greatest grades. And so it wasn't the end of the world for me. But for her, I mean, she's got pretty much a year of college finished by the time she graduates. So it would be a big deal. And it's a substantial amount of them that won't transfer. So regardless, we're going to go take a look at a few different schools that she's interested in. The first one being Rockhurst, and we'll get a good look at what they've got to offer. We do want her, even though that's pretty close and she wants to too, we want her to have her own place, do some maybe campus housing type stuff, just so she gets that real feel for college. And we would have done that with our son as well. Um, and he decided he didn't want to go. So, um, yeah, I think it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It's just a quick 2 hour tour and not a huge school, but it is a very good school. So that's pretty cool. So that's good. That's going on in my life. Other things that are good going on in my life. I mean, sales have started to pick up again, which is great in the store because we had a pretty cold spell there. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it was just everybody talks about fourth quarter or Q4, because that's when the big sales happen and leading up to Christmas and all that jazz and the holidays. But yeah, I don't know if that's what it is, if it's just a slowdown before then or what, but we've had some pretty good ones. One in particular that's really great was kind of a risk I took. We were at a garage sale, and this guy had all kinds of sports memorabilia and a lot of Star Wars and movie memorabilia stuff too. He had cards, collector cards from almost any movie or whatever you could think of. Well, he had two boxes of these special edition 40th anniversary Rocky cards, and each one of the boxes has a full set that covers all of the Rocky films. And then one out of like every 25 boxes or something like that would have an autographed card from Sylvester Stallone. He had two of those that were sealed, and he had one that was open. But I purchased both sealed boxes from them for $60, so $30 each. And I had looked online; it looked like they sell pretty good, and frequently for well over that. I mean, at least $100 more. So I sold the first one, and it sold for $140. So that's pretty cool. We ended up walking away with just under 100 after you take out costs of goods, shipping, and fees. But yeah, pretty awesome. So really, that one sale actually covered both those boxes. So and then some. And so then everything from there is just gravy. I mean, we got a lot of things up for sale like that aren't moving particularly fast. We do have a lot of Christmas type stuff and a few Halloween things, and definitely some cold weather clothing, coats, jackets, that kind of stuff, hats for the winter. And so those are up, and those should start moving here pretty quick. I'm hoping. And yeah, store's going great. Store's doing good. So there's that. Other good things that are going on. I mean, just life in general is pretty good. It's kind of a sad environment out here. Um, there's just so many shenanigans and so many lies these days. It's just really hard to tell what's true and what's not, I think, for some people. For me, a lot of it's pretty blatantly obvious, but I get that it can be confusing for people. Um, Especially when we're told fake news and the media's fake and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, there are some aspects to that that are true. However, that's kind of a dangerous thing to spew out there to everyone, and I don't particularly care for it. I don't think all news is fake. I don't think all news is biased. I think that there's been too much separation between people and their political beliefs. And so there are news stations that cater to one group or another or another. And that's sad. News is news, it's factual or not, you know? So it shouldn't really have anything to do with biases. But in our world right now, it sure as shit does. And that really sucks. Um, anyway, I don't mean to go off on this tangent. I just mean that, yeah, I mean, life's going pretty good. Everything's going pretty great, except for that one major thorn in everybody's side, I think, that's in America. And it's kind of a bummer. But, we'll get through this, man. We get through shit like this in this country all the time. So we're going to get through it. I'm not going to worry about it too much because what the fuck's the point in that, right? You just make yourself sick and then you hate the world. So I don't want to be part of either one of those ideas. Anyway, all right. So let's see. What am I into right now? Well, a couple things. We finished Leanne. Well, let me go into music first. Sorry, music. Couple different things. I picked up a bunch of records at a garage sale, and I think I talked about this before. I don't know if I did or not, but most of them were like $1. I think the most expensive one was $4, which was a live Radiohead album. But this guy had some serious shit in his collection, and a lot of them were $1. I got like a Clash picture disc for $1, you know, and upon putting these in my Discogs collection, I noticed that at least 5 or 6 of these records, I bought like maybe 15. At least 5 or 6 of these records is worth like $60 at the on the low end, and these things are in really good condition. But I've been enjoying listening to those, and it's been kind of fun to kind of check that out. I never really had any Billy Joel. I picked up Piano Man and Glass Houses, which are great albums. Um, I never had any Ramones. I picked up kind of an interesting looking Ramones Greatest Hits album that he had. Got Cheap Trick Live at Budokan, which that's a pretty common record out there. But hey, man, I picked it up for $1 and it's in great condition. Um, just a bunch of stuff like that. Circle Jerks, um, a lot of different albums like that that I would have gotten for cheap if I could find them. And guess what? I found them. But like I say, I mean, it's surprising some of these are worth so much. I hadn't even looked for that Radiohead live album, but again, $4 and it's worth like $50 or something. That's pretty awesome. Just makes the collection a little hardier. And then, so I've been listening to those. And then I did get in the newest Vinyl Moon, which is number 120, and it's pretty great. Listened to that last night. And then I also had ordered a copy of FKA Twigs, Eusexua, which is her latest album. I don't know why exactly I'm interested in that album. Her videos are amazing if you've never seen them. They're very odd and kind of grotesque in parts, but the dancing, the choreography, and the music is just really interesting music to me and really interesting visualization of it. And the song Eusexua alone, I really love. And there's one key lyric in it that really attracted me to the song and to the idea. Now, what she's explaining it as is being, I wouldn't say it's asexual so much as in, your own sexuality, I guess. I don't know exactly, but that's kind of the vibe I get from it. But there's one part of the song where she says, um, "If do you feel alone, or if you feel alone, you're not alone." And I really I love the way she sings that, and I love that message. I think everyone needs to understand they're not alone, no matter what. Okay. Um, I'm not trying to sympathize with people who assassinate people, but they're not alone either, or serial killers. But what I mean is, we all have problems. We all have sadness. We all have ups and downs and hardships in our lives. And I think it's really important to remember, no matter what's going on or who you are, you're not alone. And I really like that lyric. And so I'm really attracted to that song. I ended up picking that album up, and it's autographed, which is crazy. The cover is autographed by her, and I got it for cheaper than it costs regular on other online sources. I got it through Discogs. A guy was selling this autographed version, and like I say, cheaper than if you were to go buy it in a store, which is insane to me. But hey, yeah, it works. I like it. so, so yeah, I ended up picking that up, and I really dig it. It's such um, a good sounding record. It's very atypical of what I usually listen to, but again, there's something about it for me that just fascinates me. And come on, yes, you're taking up the whole way for people to get in. Yes, your gigantic truck is in the way. Sorry, I'm picking up a quick breakfast I ordered just because I kind of ran out of time this morning. But yeah, so I've been listening to that a lot. I really like it. Other than that, nothing really new besides that. Let's see. What have I been watching? Quite a bit. Like I said at the top there, we finished Leanne, which is really good, by the way. Yeah, it's campy, sitcom-y, and it has she's holding a baby at one point, and you can hear the audience going, "Oh," like sitcoms, right? Um, so it has that aspect to it, but at the same time, it's a good story and it's fun, and the actors in it are great. The roles are really good. It's good, snappy writing. It's a good show. I highly recommend it. If you like her comedy, or even like I would say down home kind of Southern comedy, but not um, giving off any negative vibes, just funny stuff, you're gonna like her and you're gonna like her show. Watch some of her stand up. There's a lot of it on YouTube, and it's really funny, man. She's just a normal person, and it's just fun to watch her and listen to her. She's very, very hilarious. And so her show is as well. And there's a lot of great actors in there. Tim Daly's in there, as a another character. And then there's Ryan Stiles, who plays her soon to be ex husband. And then there's Kristen Chenoweth, or no, that's not her name. I can't remember her name. She was from Third Rock from the Sun, but she's really great in it too. It's just a fun show. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for some lighthearted comedy, it's perfect. Um, I did also pick up a steelbook of Chainsaw Man. So I've been kind of checking that out, which is a really wild. Um, yeah, it's just a different type of anime for me. And I'd heard a lot about it, and people really love it that are into it. And so, I caught it for a great deal, and I went ahead and picked it up. It's only Blu-ray, which kind of is upsetting. I wish it were 4K Blu-rays. But I've noticed a lot of anime stuff doesn't come out in 4K Blu-ray. Anyway, I picked that up, and I watched the first episode, and I was kind of like, I mean, yeah, it's gory, and I mean, I kind of planned on that. The guy, it does have a chainsaw body parts, but it is good. It is interesting. I watched the second episode and I was like, okay, I think maybe I'm sold on this because it's just a different idea. It's unique. It's interesting. It's kind of fun. It's silly and quirky in those anime ways, which Westerners don't typically comprehend or appreciate. But it's kind of visually stunning in moments too. So I got a lot more episodes to watch, but so far I kind of dig it. Another anime I actually picked up at the same time, also Blu-ray, um, is Grave of the Fireflies. Now, if you've never seen that film, I highly recommend you watch that film. It is outstanding. And then last week, I picked up a steel book, or a couple weeks ago, I picked up a steel book of Escape from New York, and I picked up a special edition of Halloween, the original 1978 film, which is outstanding. I need to watch those as well. I think I told you that already. But as far as anything else new, I mean, I've got my tickets to Tron Ares. My wife and I are going to go see that the day it comes out. So that's pretty exciting coming up. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it for watching. Can't really think of anything else out there that's really sticking out for me. Okay, so let's see. What am I reading? Not a damn thing, really. I did start listening to Hatchet Girls, the latest Joe Lansdale novel, latest Happen Leonard novel, really. I don't know how many more of these he's going to make, but I love the characters, so I'll listen to all of them or read all of them. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty interesting. It's funny, quirky, just like normal, rude, offensive, the whole shebang, just like every other Happen Leonard novel. So that's been kind of fun. Been listening to that one. But really nothing else. I don't know if I'm even going to finish The Institute. I mean, they've already made a TV show of it. I get the general idea. Not that his writing's bad. It's great, but I don't know. To me, listening to an audiobook is almost like listening or watching a film or a TV show. So the people indeed that are reading it are acting it out, so it's not the same as reading a book yourself and taking away something different to me. Um, when it's being acted out and everything like that, it's just another acting or I'm sorry, interpretation of what would be a TV show or a movie to me. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I really need to. I can watch the TV show and get the same thing out of it, I believe, that I would be getting if I listened to the audiobook of it. So I'll probably take a passeroni on that one. Um, yeah. So I mean, that's really about it for reading. I mean, there are some comics and some books and stuff I'm interested in. I really almost pulled the trigger on the second Mr. Ballin graphic novel that's coming out. But then again, I haven't read the first one. So realistically, I need to read that first before I can justify spending another $25 or whatever on the second one. Second one looks more interesting to me actually, but it doesn't really matter. I got to be a little smarter about that stuff, or else I'm just acquiring endless amounts of shit that I'm not using, which I'm doing anyway. Don't worry about that. I've got that covered. Let's see. Gaming, nothing. Same thing. Nothing new. Again, that Elevate game has become a part of my life, and actually, I introduced my wife to it. We got it all installed and got her set up with a subscription last night. And I think it'll be good for her too. And I think she'll be interested in it. These are not normal games. They're kind of like brain puzzle teasers, and they're meant to keep you sharp. All of us, our minds degrade as we get older. And I'm not saying my mind's degrading necessarily. I do forget things sometimes. Everybody does. But what I'm saying is that the idea behind this type of application is to ensure that you're kind of keeping that razor sharp wit and brain power that you're born with, I guess, or at least you have when you're younger. So that's what I appreciate about it, and it is challenging, and I do like a challenge. So that's why I'm enjoying that. And then I'm still playing the same old solitaire game off the Netflix apps. I love it. It's my favorite solitaire game ever. So I don't even remember what level I'm on it, but it's ridiculous. It's near 1,000 at this point. And then podcasts, there are some different podcasts I've been listening to, some different AI ones. Um, and then I did also start a new Mr. Baldwin one as well. I will actually take a look at those and get back to you on that. I'll put it in the notes because I'm recording this right now, and I'm afraid if I switch out of this application, it's going to stop recording. So I will, and I'm driving, so I can't like I don't have anything written down to read. But yeah, it's a new Mr. Ballin podcast, and I think it's called Twisted History. I really like that one a lot. I started listening to that, and I really dig it. The first episode is about how murder became a viral thing as far as our interest in it, how it became so fascinating to Americans and became like, the whole principle of if it bleeds, it leads, and how that came about with newspapers. And yeah, it's a very interesting episode indeed. I mean, it's awesome. I really, really like it. And I'm looking forward to the other episodes that are in that series. And then there is a new AI podcast I've been listening to also that I really like. I think it's called How I AI. And it's actually a video podcast the woman does on YouTube every week. But then you can also go and download it and listen to it too if you don't have the opportunity to always watch video for that line. I mean, each episode's a good hour long, but there's some very interesting things that people are doing with AI. And one of the first ones I listened to, maybe the first one, it is the first one I've listened to. A guy had used artificial intelligence to create an application which garnered all the information from 36 different AI podcasts that he listened to that he can't listen to every week. I mean, it's just too much time occupied doing that. So what he did is he created an application that actually goes out and downloads the audio for all these 36, and then it pulls it into, transcribes it, and then it pulls all that information in. It deletes redundant uh, topics or stories, or it creates the best possible uniform story out of all the different versions, and it presents it to him in text. So he has a quick document to read every week that might be up to 10 pages or so, but it has all the information in it. It even has links to different things they talk about on the podcast. Really interesting. And I that's cool, man. I mean, I'd love to be able to do shit like that. I don't know if I will, or if I'll even take the time to do something like that. But I think it's pretty neat that someone has figured that out and was able to create that just kind of quickly using AI. I mean, the thing for me with AI, really, mostly what I've done with it so far, besides sourcing for our store, is I've been able to create these cartoonish characters, um, caricatures of myself, really who I am, based on photographs of me, and make them animate them talking about the episodes of this podcast and episodes of the Hawk Picks podcast. I've been able to create an anthropomorphic hawk man that is in various stages of shopping and sourcing, and same thing with that character. I've been able to create animated pieces with this person using my own voice, talking about what the episodes are about. And I know, surely, if you have any interest in any of the podcasts that I'm creating, both of these, then you've probably seen one of those videos. So I don't know how you feel about them. I don't know how you feel about AI. I mean, I don't want AI to be stealing other people's artistic work. I think that sucks. However, I don't know how you're going to be able to avoid it, um, because it's looking at various pieces of artwork across the internet and then creating something that covers the topic that you're asking it to based upon all these other artworks. And so it's kind of hard, I think, to say, well, that's definitely my artwork that they're stealing here. Or it's kind of hard for the companies that have these AI, um, not agents, but applications, to say, okay, well, we won't take anything from things that have already been created. And realistically, I'm not going to defend AI, multi-billion dollar AI companies, but realistically, don't you think everything that's really created nowadays is based upon someone else's work or other people's works over history, whether it be stories or books, stories, movies, TV shows, music, actually art with painting and drawing. It's kind of hard to find something that hasn't been done or doesn't have the influence of other people's work in it. So I don't understand exactly how much different that is. I think there has been some blatant examples in the past, but I think AI has gotten to the point now where it's much more powerful and creates much more ambiguous entries when it comes to art than it did initially, when things looked exactly like what it is that you're looking or someone else had created, but remolded into what it is that you're looking for. I think it's different now. I think it's a little more complex, and I think the imagery and stuff has become a lot more solid and good looking. Um, and so I think it's kind of hard to really say that. And again, like I said, we everything we create and we see or watch or listen to or read these days is based upon other people's works. I mean, it's almost impossible to create something entirely new and unique. You can, it happens, but very difficult. Anyway, that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys listening. I will have another episode for you in a couple weeks. Next week, there'll be a new episode of the Hawk Picks podcast. I'll put a link to that in the notes here. So please go listen to that if you haven't already. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Keep on keeping on. Do me a favor. All these acorns and shit are starting to fall out of the trees, and it's a real pain in the ass. I'm getting ready to drive up on my driveway right now, and it's like crunch, 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 crunch. I hate it, but I do have a super duper. Sorry, my car's beeping. I do have a super duper leaf blower now, which I believe is going to be powerful enough to blow all that shit down without me having to sweep it on down. And then I can just pick it up and put it in the yard waste bags. So we'll see. But if you're around and you see this going on, do me a favor and get off my lawn.